I get questions all the time about how do I make myself more attractive to the right man? How do I make sure Mr. Right finds me? I'm gonna make it real plain and simple for you. Being found by Mr. Right isn't about becoming more visible. It's about being less available to Mr. Wrong. The number one thing that will get in your way of being found by Mr. Right is not whether or not you're pretty enough, young enough, have two little baby daddies, or do you have a dress size that's small enough. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't about your hair length. It ain't about your skin tone. The number one obstacle to you being found by Mr. Right is having your time wasted by Mr. Wrong. It's really a process of elimination because there's good and bad in everything. I'm not one of those that's going to tell you, ain't no man out here worth your time. Ain't no man out here no good man. Ain't no man. No. There's good and bad in everything. But a lot of good men are looking for women of character like yourself. Women who have worked on themselves. Women who are working on themselves. A lot of good men. But they cannot see you past all of the nonsense that you're tolerating. And some of y'all aren't tolerating nonsense. Some of y'all are genuinely putting yourself out there, and these men are masquerading, and they out here playing, and they pretending and all that kind of stuff. So with that being said, it's really important for you to understand what these games are that men play, so you're not one of these pawns. You can go ahead and get out of the game. I hope this is making sense to somebody. What's up, Toby? And I got to be quick today because I'm getting ready to do my webinar where I'm going to give away $1,000 live today in a couple of hours, matter of fact. So if you have not yet, I'll put the link again down in the comments. If you want to learn how to both clean your own credit and turn that into up to $200,000 right after you get your credit repaired by yourself, because you can do all of this for free, I'm going to teach it to you for free today, and I'm going to give away $1,000 at the end. The link is down in the comments. But back to what I was saying. Being found by Mr. Right, it's a couple of things that can help, okay? And I've helped hundreds, actually at this point, thousands of women run into, and it seems like they're running into it because now they don't have Mr. Wrong blocking their path. But be found by that guy that makes them say, wow, I never knew love could even feel like this. And like I said, first become unavailable to Mr. Wrong. Now, how do you do that? You got to be so positioned within yourself that everything about you will run the wrong man off. A lot of y'all are afraid. A lot of y'all so scared to turn this man off. Well, I don't want to scare him away. There's some men you want to be a scarecrow to something. Some guys you don't want to have nothing attractive about you to. You want to be the boogeyman. You want to be the Loch Ness monster. You want to be Bigfoot to some dudes. You want to be Jaws to some guys. You want to be Jaws. A lot of y'all think, well, as long as I'm just entertaining him on a light level, long as we stay friends, long as we do this. Look, let me ask you something. If you're in a relationship with a guy, he plays in your face, breaks your heart, disrespects you, etc., why would you think that you could downgrade that relationship to a friendship when you need honesty in a friendship too? You need respect in a friendship too. So a lot of women let the wrong man remain in the way of their Mr. Right. Well, I'll just kind of keep him around because the sex was good. You think your mind ain't wrapped up in that man. You think that doesn't exude from you when a man comes into your life and he wants to court you. You don't think that he can sense that somebody else still has that spot taken. You don't think Mr. Wrong is enjoying himself in that area with you as well. In the moment that he senses that you're trying to pull away or you might be entertaining somebody, all of that, I don't know if I want a relationship, ain't going to turn into, hold on, wait, I thought we had something here. I had real feelings for you. You don't think that's going to complicate things. I know, because it's like, this isn't victimizing you, and I don't see you as a victim. I'm putting the power back in your hands where it belongs. But before you can attract what's right, before you can get or be found by or receive what's right, you got to be willing to let go of what's wrong. Now, one way that you can position yourself to be found by Mr. Right is to understand that your peace isn't background noise. It's your power. This isn't something that should be option, like an option in your life. This isn't something that is extracurricular, for lack of better words. Your peace, when you operate from a place of peace, instead of drama, instead of turning up on a man whenever he don't call you back, or he don't text you first or text you back, instead of doing all of that, when you embrace peace as your power, you're going to turn off Mr. Wrong. There are a group of men out here who want a woman to chase them, who want a woman to be the one planning the dates. They are going to fall by the wayside. Those guys are going to weed themselves out if you're not chasing them. Those guys are going to remove themselves. The trash will take itself out if you are not chasing certain men. There's some guys out here who believe the woman should be courting the man. There are some women out here who believe, some guys out here who believe the woman should be courting the man. The woman should be the one asking out on dates, paying for the dates, pulling out chairs. I know it sounds dramatic, but that's what it really is. So when you come from a place of peace and acceptance, when you come with no expectations, high standards, yes, your phone is going to be drier. You're going to go longer without the dates. You're going to go longer without being asked out. You're going to go longer without even being in a relationship. But guess what? It's because you don't have time wasters filling up your schedule. If you cultivate a stillness that speaks louder than chaos, you're going to be attractive to Mr. Right, and you're going to be repulsive to Mr. Wrong. He's not going to have any strings to pull on your mental health, on your emotional state, on these emotional rises that he thrives on. And a woman who is standing firmly in her peace, she's going to be magnetic to the man with a purpose. It's just how it goes. It's just like gravity. What comes up will come down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really that automatic. Now, another thing that will position you to be found by Mr. Right is to understand that your standards are not a wall. Don't shame yourself for having standards. Don't shame yourself for having your guard up in the very beginning. That's not a wall. It is a filter. Okay? You can't just go up to an ATM and withdraw whatever you want. Guess what? There's something that's locking that money away. There's something valuable on the other side. Now, if you have a debit card and you have a matching PIN number, that means that now you're qualified. You have now made it clear that you are the right person to access whatever the value is. And you can now access whatever the value is based on what? What you have deposited. What you have deposited. You don't look at the ATM and say, well, you're too guarded. You know, the ATM don't care nothing about nobody's feelings. You got your walls up too high. No, I have a filter. So many of y'all get gaslit into thinking that you having standards, you protecting yourself, you requiring a man to put in real time, real energy, real investment is you being bitter. No, that's you being protective of your heart because look, those same people gonna talk about you if you let just anybody come in and hurt you. Well, you the one that chose them. So it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. You might as well protect yourself. Move like you are evaluating, not like you are auditioning. A lot of y'all think that you're not the prize now, and that's crazy. At any rate, I believe that both the man and the woman should be a prize to each other. But a lot of y'all have gotten this notion that because good men aren't out there like that, and there's not so many good men out there, then that means you got to be the one jumping through hoops. No. Regardless of how many good men are out there, it ain't many women like you either. There's not many women of your caliber either. Move like that. Ask those questions in the very beginning to reveal his character. Go beyond just his credentials. Go beyond just his credentials. Stella said, protect your peace. Exactly. Exactly. Another way to position your sand, to position yourself for Mr. Right. Y'all got my words messed up, man. And I'm going to say this because when I get passionate, I do kind of fumble over my words. And I'm passionate because I get the messages from brothers that are looking for y'all. I get it. A lot of us, and I'm talking to myself as well, we don't start off knowing the right thing. We didn't get modeled a lot of healthy relationships coming up. We didn't have a dad to tell us right from wrong, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of us learned that we got to get past that through very painful, hard-learned lessons. So when you get on the other side, and as a man, when you say, okay, now I truly understand the value of a good woman and treating her right, loving her properly, and bringing the best out of her, like when you get there, it's like there's nothing more important outside of your purpose, God. You know, maybe you've got children. Like there's nothing more important than filling that role with a woman who is qualified. But you know what's really tough is when we get out here and we say, okay, I see so many good women, but they're so soul tied and they're so attached and they're still falling for and believing in the wrong men. Digmatized by the wrong men. Sometimes being willfully ignorant to the red flags. And so now it's like, all right, so what do you do? What do you do? What do you do whenever you're dealing with a woman and she's so used to men that make it seem like she's not able to be her authentic self. You trying to love on her, but she's never been loved correctly, and now your love don't come through. But if you are that woman saying, I want to be found by Mr. Right, I'm giving you the keys right here. Understand that your independence, living in your truth, that's not just your identity, that's your foundation. Build a life that a man, from the inside out, that a man can add to, not complete. When you do that, you will attract Mr. Right. When you do that, you will create a space for partnership without dependence for presence. You will create a space for partnership. Only an unhealthy man needs you to be in this space where you're just no good without him. You just can't survive without him. Of course, in a relationship, you may go through spaces where you really do need a man's help. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm talking about dating from a place of brokenness, emotional brokenness, mental brokenness, even financial brokenness. This is why I go so hard to help you guys level up in every area, because any void that you got is only going to attract the man that wants to fill that void, but only for the purposes of having power over you. And yes, that includes the financial brokenness. A lot of people like to skip over that. But if you've ever tried to date or be in a relationship while your money wasn't right, while your lights getting turned off, while the bank accounts is negative, the creditors is calling, you stressed out, you already know it feels impossible. And it's difficult to take or make a man qualify himself by what he brings to the table and how he adds to your life if you're literally desperate for his financial provision. And again, I'm teaching that tonight. I'm going to teach you how, if you got nothing right now or next to nothing, you might not have even $300 in your account. Straight up, you might be negative in your account. For free, you can turn your entire financial situation around. So any man that you choose has to bring you good character, good integrity, good intentions, not just a couple of dollars for a date and a bill paid. Even if you paying all your bills on time, but you're getting stressed out and you working 12, 14 hours, 16-hour days, or a job that you hate that's deteriorating you, you still need to take control of your finances so you can be in better position 30 days, 60 days from now. Again, I'm going to teach that tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. I put the link. I pinned it right here. I'm saying it again, so you have no excuse. If you missed this today, you're going to miss it for good because it's a live event. And I'm giving away $1,000 to somebody. Somebody that comes is leaving $1,000 richer. That's how badly I want you to learn how to repair your own credit and how to leverage that to get you hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding. That's what a lot of people miss. They go out here and get a new house, new car, and don't realize they're going to need income to support those new payments. But that's, again, I'm going to teach that tonight. We'll get on that tonight, and I'm going to go in. That's at the link down in the comments, also in the caption. Kathy, you going to be there? Say, can't wait. Exactly. Because when it comes to your time, okay, understand that's not something, and I'm back on the dating thing, like when you're trying to be found or you already made it up in your mind, you want to be found by a quality man. Your time, it's not a free sample. It's an investment. Somebody could waste your money. You can get that back, but if they waste your time, you can never get that back. And a lot of people let a man overstay his welcome in their life because, you know what? He pay a little bills here and there. He takes me on a nice date. If I need $100, he give it to me. Okay, cool. But you got to value your presence more than his money and more than his potential. You have to date intentionally, not just recreationally. Really making sure a man is ready to spend quality time is the best way to ensure that you're attracting and making yourself available to just a quality man. Quality man. So I hope it's making sense that it's not so much about being technically single. It's not so much about, well, I ain't got nobody on my line right this second. If you have not dealt with the part of you that's ever attracted or been attracted to Mr. Wrong, you're going to have a very difficult time being found by Mr. Right because he's looking for those parts to not be there because that's ultimately going to become his competition. Mr. Wrong. And there's a lot of them out there. But if Mr. Right is his competition, he knows that he had to establish that because any other Mr. Right is not going to really put in no work for somebody else's girl. And Mr. Right wants to know that he's safe as well, but there's nothing safe about him putting his heart in your hands if your heart is still subject to everybody who is breaking it. Y'all don't hear me. But if you do, if you're one of those that get exactly what I'm saying, if you picking up what I'm putting down, hit the share button right now, down that little arrow. Hit the share button so somebody else in your timeline can get this truth. I'm your internet big brother. You know, I got your back. And yes, for those that are asking, 7 p.m. tonight, January 12th, tonight, I'm going live on a webinar. This won't be on social media, on a webinar to teach you how to level up and glow up financially, even if you're starting with absolutely nothing, not get another job, not get more hours at your job, but by repairing your own credit. I'm going to teach you step by step and how to leverage that to get hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding tonight. At the link right here, it's free, but seats are almost gone. So go ahead, click the link down there. It's pinned down in the comments. Get access now, and I'm giving away $1,000 live.